What is going on, YouTube? Today I want to talk about a very special exotic that Bungie dropped for the latest DLC, the Witch Queen. We have so many great weapons to choose from, but the exotics always hold a special place. Whether they allow you to get increased damage numbers or regenerate your health, it seems exotics come in all shapes and sizes, but always prove useful. From exotic armor to exotic weapons, I can confidently say that I appreciate most exotics and always welcome new ones that come into Destiny 2. Except Dead Man's Tale. That thing can die in a corner alone by itself. That piece of shit. Just kidding. But y'all know what I mean. Today, however, we will be talking about Dead Messenger. This is a 72 RPM single shot grenade launcher with some of the coolest perks I've seen in an exotic in quite a while. First up is the perk Trinary Vision. This allows you to shoot at the ground and split a 3-lane wave onto the ground and travel about 10 meters, causing devastating effects. Keep in mind, this is a grenade launcher, but its one purpose is to shoot the ground in front of your enemy and not directly bodying them and wishing they were never born. This can be incredibly useful when you're going into Wellspring or any PvE activity, just basically when you guys are out there grinding your light levels up to the maximum level. The second perk, and this is one of my all-time favorites, it's called the Fundamentals. This is what allows you to hold reload and change your weapon's damage archetype from solar to arc and even void. You can do this with ease and it doesn't cost anything. I use this frequently in the legendary campaign when I was going after those arc shielded knights, solar shielded witches, and those big thick void shielded cabals that you just can't miss. This will also play a massive role when you're going into the future Grandmaster Nightfalls, when you don't have to settle on just one elemental archetype, but now have the possibility of using all three. Did I mention it's fun to use? Yeah, it's really fun to use. Now, I already know people are going to be commenting, but Matty, what about Hardlight? Isn't it the same thing? No, it's not the same thing. This is new and we like new things, so shut that cute little mouth and let me YouTube. You may compare this to other waveform grenade launchers, but again, what makes this a shining star is gonna be the ability to change your energy archetypes at the flip of a switch. I'll say that the only downside to this would be it doesn't have different types of shots. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, let me explain. It would have been cool if we had the option to choose from the regular 3 split lanes or maybe one large single lane that does possibly more damage. I don't know, guys. Maybe some blinding nades that took some length. I'm just spitballing here. Huge props to Bungie for making an amazing exotic without being overpowered in PvP, but really fun and useful in PvE. Anyways, let's get back on track. How do I get this exotic? Well, you get this exotic quest by heading over to the war table in the helm and upgrading the war table to the Throne World Surveillance. It'll be the first red upgrade. Then you get a quest line and eventually head into the main mission, which is time gated and a bit tough. There will be a ton of those thick boy cabal and little skinny scion boys, so bring the big boy pants and your running shoes because you're going to be hauling some ass. It's not too difficult overall, but it will take a bit of coordination. Once you defeat the final boss, you get to open the chest, forget that your secondary slots are full, head over to the tower, and then and only then will you get to enjoy this beautiful piece of machinery. You are now free to shoot the ground as often as you can. You may be wondering how well it does in things like PvP. Well, I've run into it a few times and realized if you're on a smaller map, specifically Cauldron, where most of your engagements will happen in front of a doorway, then it can be a tad annoying, and it does do spread damage quickly, as they quickly switch to a 180 or 120 for an easy cleanup, those pieces of shit. But if you happen to be on a larger map such as Widow's Court or Distant Shore, well, then it may not be as effective and you're free to rain down your DMTs on the top of their brain. But if you happen to be on a larger map such as Widow's Court or Distant Shore, well, it's not going to be as effective, and then you're going to be able to take them down and teabag the hell out of... Nah, I'm just kidding. But it's not going to be as effective. Again, this gun is downright phenomenal in PvE. I always want to use it alongside Osteostriga, but sadly, both are exotic, and we don't live in a world where that's possible yet. Well, guys, that is it. That is the Dead Messenger. I wanted to make this as short and sweet and possible, a little bit informative for those new players that are coming in. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to put them down in the comments. And as you guys know, I love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.